Hi, I'm Johnny Botelho, and you're watching The Artist's Corner. Flying kites and riding bikes is what we did back then. In those summer days, we thought they'd never end. Couldn't wait to 3 o'clock, the end of the school day. I'd run home to change my clothes, go outside to play. Thought I was a cowboy, made horses out of wood. Those were the days of my childhood. Playing pickup baseball games with my friends in the park. My dear dad said, "Johnny boy, be home before dark." I got back there at supper time and said, "How did you do?" Said, "I get along one day, headed just for you." And I could tell right from his smile, he knew that I'd done good. Those were the days of my childhood. Can't imagine what it's like to be a child today. This high-tech world is taking over Mother Nature's play. Like climbing trees and running free, oh, those precious memories. Memories like horses made of wood. Those were the days of my childhood. Had a very special toy, it was called the Playmobil. Rearview mirror, windshield wipers, and a steering wheel. You go out in the family car and take that Sunday ride. I'd have that Playmobil with me, with my dad I'd drive to a place we used to go, park called Buttonwood. Those were the days of my childhood. Can't imagine what it's like to be a child today. This high-tech world is taking over Mother Nature's play. Like climbing trees and running free, oh, those precious memories. Memories like horses made of wood. Those were the days of my childhood. My childhood. Had a very special toy, it was called the Playmobil. Rearview mirror, windshield wipers, and a steering wheel. We go out in the family car and take that Sunday ride. I'd have that Playmobil with me, with my dad I'd drive to a place we used to go, a park called Buttonwood. Those were the days of my childhood. That song is, by the way, it's called My Childhood. And it's pretty much about, how lucky we were growing up way back then and how life was simple. Like, just as it says in the song, just climbing trees and flying kites. It didn't take a lot of money, but those memories, forever etched in my mind as a child. And that's pretty much what the song is about. Next tune is called Don't Lay Your Bat on Me. And it's a little bit about, when you meet somebody that, rubs you the wrong way or they're having a bad day. Or you got a boss that, kind of rubs you the wrong way. I can tell you got up on the wrong side of the bed by that expression that you wear. I'll bet I'm right. No doubt if looks could kill, that I'd be left for dead. It's plain to see you're hungry for a fight. Barking out your orders, say you want it done this way, like a boot camp sergeant drilling every crew. I'm doing the best I can, trying to make it through the day. Once again, I'm at the end of your short fuse. All of your frustration you have bottled up inside. Can see you're aggravated by the glare in your eye. What the heck's your problem? Stop giving me your grief. Give me a break, for goodness sake, don't lay your bat on me. I never understood how you can just turn on a dime. That's always been a mystery to me. One minute you are sweet, the next you're roaring like a lion. Hey, I'm your friend, I'm not the enemy. Days when all the gears align and we get along. We're running like a fine oil machine. When the winds of change indicate that something has gone wrong, like a hurricane, you're blowing down the street. All of your frustration you have bottled up inside. Can see you're aggravated by the glare in your eye. What the heck's your problem? Stop giving me your grief. Give me a break, for goodness sake, don't lay your bat on me. Give me a break, for goodness sake, don't lay your bat on me. Well, the next song, I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I kind of like, I write happy songs and I write sad songs. But this is a song that I was inspired to write this song. I worked for the Department of Mental Health for 33 years, and this is a song called Make Me Smile Again. Years have come and years have gone. Through dark halls I walked alone. I hear a voice that's not my own. Sleepless nights and an empty day. One more final war I wait. Trapped and locked inside this cage. Save me from this torment. Relieve me of this pain. Won't someone turn the key? And make me smile again. Make me smile again. On and on and on it goes. Constant trip of highs and lows. speak a language no one knows. Feel like a prisoner who will never be released. The sentence that I serve, will I ever find some peace? My mind is moving in such a rage. What did I ever do to deserve this fate? Save me from this torment, relieve me of this pain. Won't someone turn the key? Make me smile again. Make me smile again. Make me smile again. This next tune is about a biker. His real name was Larry Desmith, but he went under the name of Indian Larry. And what inspired this tune is I read his book, and he always wanted to get on the cover of Iron Horse magazine, and he took the challenge of building this motorcycle with the engine enclosed in a frame that was built with a tractor trailer truck chain, heavy links. And everybody thought he was crazy. They thought it was going to fall apart on him. But he rode the bike like, I think it was like 800 miles or so. Met up with a buddy of his. And anyway, he was quite a character. He used to lie in beds of nails. He was in carnivals. And in a lot of movies, the old spaghetti Western movies, you'd see him playing. And he was a descendant of Native American Indians. So he was cast as a Native American in these movies. And he goes by the name of Indian Larry. And there's a line in the song about a question mark, and that was his logo. And when he passed away, his body was cremated and put inside the heads of a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. So he was an interesting cat for sure. And the name of this tune is called The Ballad of Indian Larry, Legends Never Die. There lived a man who was tough as leather, look of an eagle in his eye. To hell and back he rode, along the way became a legend. They live on, legends never die. Traveled many roads and lost direction. Didn't pay attention to the sign. Through his gift is where he found redemption. He live on, legends never die. Never looked for fame, but it found him. Each rolling work of art a masterpiece. With his hands took raw steel from his soul, created another Mona Lisa, chain of mystery. Always said that life was one big question. Found the answer in the wind when he'd ride. One with the universe, he stayed connected. He lived on, legends never die. Never looked for fame, but it found him. Each rolling work of art a masterpiece. With his hands took raw steel from his soul, created another Mona Lisa, the chain of mystery. Each tattoo he wore told a story. A rebel to the bone and friend for life. God called him home riding high in the blaze of glory. He'll live on, legends never die. He'll live on, legends never die. This next tune is a song called Win Her Heart. And I wrote it for my daughter to cheer her up after a relationship. You live in a crystal mansion. You've been fed with a silver spoon. Life's always been so easy. I'll bet you could buy the moon. Got a 6-figure education. Always dressed in designer clothes. Drive a car from another nation, one that everybody knows. You say you want a 4-year-old girl, I'll tell you from the start, it's gonna take more than that to win her heart. You can wine and dine her, we all know that's true. She needs a man of his word, and brother, it's not you. Not impressed by what you possess, they're just material things, and they don't last forever, like happiness to the brim. Say you want a 4-year-old girl, I'll tell you from the start, it's gonna take more than that to win her heart. Say you wanna settle down, you're still bar hopping and painting the town. If she's who you want, better change your way. That's where she draws the line. You better make up your mind, or you won't even get the time of day. If those are your intentions, then you know what to do. She look in your direction when you prove your love is true. It's really kind of simple. It doesn't take a lot for any more than that to win her heart. For any more than that to win her heart. I recently became a great-grandfather, and so lucky, and my wife and I were so happy, and we're thrilled. He's a beautiful little boy. His name is Winston. So during the pregnancy, unbeknownst to my granddaughter and her husband, I wrote this little song for him, and it's called Little One. Welcome to the world, our little one. It's the first day of your life. Can't help but be amazed as we hold you in our arms and look with wonder into your eye. Love will surround you, little one. We were 2, now that you're here, we are 3. There'll be so much to do as we grow through life with you, now that we've become a family. wondering what will be your favorite color. Like the ones in a rainbow you will see. There is so much for you to discover as you become the man that you are meant to be. We've been waiting for so long to meet you, little one. Time to celebrate, the day is finally here. Our hearts are filled with joy to see our precious little boy. Know our love will grow with you each passing year. Welcome to the world, little one. Wondering what will be your favorite color. Like the ones in a rainbow you will see. There is so much for you to discover as you become the man that you are meant to be. We've been waiting for so long to meet you, little one. Time to celebrate, the day is finally here. Our hearts are filled with joy to see our precious little boy. Oh, our love will grow with you each passing year. Welcome to the world, little one. This is a song that I wrote for Winston's mom when she was 6 years old. It's kind of funny how things play out. Anyway, it's called Brook Song. Here's a song to tell you what you really mean to me. On the day that you were born, I held you tenderly. Many questions in my mind, they'll be answered in good time. Each new day that passes by, as I see you grow, sweet little child, I love you so. I love to hear you laugh, it hurts to hear you cry. Imagination running wild, that twinkle in your eye. Many questions in your mind, they'll be answered in good time. Each new day that passes by, like a flower you will grow. Sweet little child, I love you so. Don't give up on your dreams, and they'll come true. Believe in yourself, and you'll see them through. There is so much for you to learn, many things to see. The road of life has many turns, I'll keep you safe with me and show you what is right from wrong, build you up and make you strong. Here in my heart's where you belong, and you will come to know. Sweet little child, I love you so. Don't give up on your dream, and they'll come true. Believe in yourself and you'll see them through. There is so much for you to learn, many things to see. The road of life has many turns. I'll keep you safe with me and show you what is right from wrong, build you up and make you strong. Here in my heart's where you belong, and you will come to know, sweet little child, I love you so. It's a tune about a special place I used to go to when I was a child. Way back when I was a boy, I say just 10 years old, special place I do recall in a town down the road. Filled my childhood memory and surely left its mark. A place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. You could bring your family, have one hell of a time. Kids are on the carousel and that costs just a dime. Daddy's at the rifle range and taking his best shot. Place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. And its amusement rides were quite a thrill, I'd say. 5 tickets for $1, you could stay on them all day. And the roller coaster from the tracks like lightning through the sparks. Place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. No Disneyland, water world like most kids have today. Simple place, quiet town where you could get away. Ain't no folks find their inner child, they smile and laugh a lot. Place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. And its amusement rides were quite a thrill, I'd say. 5 tickets for $1, you could stay on them all day. And the roller coaster from the tracks like lightning through the sparks. Place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. Drive by your brain now and then and all that's left to see. Structure of a roller coaster stands majestically. Sad to see what it's become, just a vacant lot. Place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. Place that I remember, good old Lincoln Park. Hi, I'm Johnny Botelho, and thanks again for watching The Artist's Corner. I'm a local guy. You can find me all over the place. I play at Troy City Brewery. I'm there once a month. I thank Keith for giving me the gig. I've been there since day one. And congratulate him on his vision to where he's at now. I also play over at the Pink Bean in Somerset, Slade's Ferry Plaza. Sandra and Bonnie, beautiful people. I've been there since day one. And, I play there every weekend. When the sun's shining, I'm out there. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And thanks again for watching The Artist's Corner.